Hey, good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, good evening. Justin Clark here. Going to look at these crypto markets this morning. Definitely exciting times, lots of awesomeness going on right now. I want to dig into this and see. It's the weekend, so things might be slow, or generally like the big moves tend to happen Monday through Friday. I've seen a couple moves that were significant on the weekend, but nothing super big. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just normal stuff on the weekends, but mostly the weekdays are when you see it statistically. The other thing I just want to say for housekeeping, if you want to get these type of morning market analysis, make sure to hit the follow button on my Facebook profile or subscribe to our YouTube channel for iCoinPro. And for those who are new here, iCoinPro is a company where we teach people everything you need to know about Bitcoin, crypto, how to trade it, all that good stuff. So if you want to learn that, you want to learn how to trade Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, we got a free boot camp you can do. Take you about 40 minutes. You can get back with the person who shared this video with you, or you can just shoot an email to support@icoinpro.com and they will hook you up. All right. With that said, I want to take a look at what's going on over here. The other thing that I just wanted to mention was also, if you are watching this live, let me know. If you're watching this on replay, let me know. And I also like to see what part of the world people are tuning in from. And you can drop any questions you have on the presentation as a comment, and I will be more than happy to answer them. All right, so let's go dig in on Bitcoin. We're going to be using a chart setup called the MA Momentum chart setup. And for those who are members of iCoinPro and have our absolutely amazing software, the iCoinPro trading portal, you can see it here. You can just go up here and load this chart layout and click on MA Momentum, and you're right in there. Loading this chart layout. We use this chart layout to just kind of look at the overall position of Bitcoin. And why do we watch Bitcoin so closely? Because Bitcoin's a big bully, right? So whatever Bitcoin does, pretty much everything else does in the crypto markets. It's kind of makes it like easier to trade these markets because we just have to watch Bitcoin really closely versus other markets. There might be a lot of really independent movement, but for the most part, things are going to blow up when Bitcoin's going up. Things are going to break down when Bitcoin's going down. Okay. Just how it works. There's generally a lag effect too. Like Bitcoin will blow up first, your altcoin will be sucking. And then all of a sudden, if it's a bull market, then your altcoin will start to pump after, is how it kind of works, at least how I've seen. Now, the past does not equal the future, but that's how it's worked in the past. We're seeing a little bit of that now. Some of the alts are getting excited at the potential that we could be moving higher. We'll have to see. But are we moving higher? I don't know. I have no idea. We'll just have to see what happens here. For those who are in iCoinPro 2 and you want to learn how to use this, MA Momentum stands for Moving Average Momentum Chart Setup. First off, here's the boot camp for those who are looking into doing that. Do the free boot camp. It's so awesome. 40 minutes, and you'll be amazed at what you can learn with this training in 40 minutes. All right. For those who want to learn how to use the MA Momentum Chart Setup and you're a member, just go to Micro Profit System Part 3. And it's right here, MA Momentum, all right? And it's kind of a standalone module. It takes a little over 40 minutes. All right, so how do we use this chart? I'll just tell you really quickly. All of these lines here, these colorful lines, purple, maroon, gold, green, this orange one, light blue, and this purple, they're all moving averages. And so the way that this works is, we are seeing our price action represented by these green and red candles, they're called. So when all of the price action is trading well above, hold on, I got to get rid of this drawing here. Let me just save that. Okay. So when all of the price action is trading well above all of these moving averages, and we see the price action kind of pulling further and further away, that means we have potential momentum building up. And in this case, it would be bullish momentum because we're trading above everything. We want to stay trading above this light purple line here. But if you flip over and the market goes the other way and we start trading below everything and below this light purple line and we're pulling away, then that's building bearish momentum. So what's cool about this chart setup is you can quickly see whether we're potentially in a bull market or a bear market, and whether we're almost definitely not in the opposite, right? Like right now, we're potentially in a bullish market or a bullish setup. Now, will there be pullbacks? Absolutely. Could it dump and go bearish? Absolutely. Anything can happen in these crazy crypto markets. But are we potentially or almost definitely not in a bear market right now? Yeah, I mean, we're not. We have to cross over these. That's a lot of lines of resistance. We have to then start trading below, like happened here, okay? And so that's kind of cool that we can see that right away from this chart setup. Now, on the flip side, when you see it and we're trading below and going down and pulling away, that means we're potentially in a bear market. So the momentum can be building to the bear side, and we're pretty much definitely not in a bull market, right? So there you go. You all just learned something. If you didn't know that before, now you know that. You know how to use this chart setup. There's a bit more that's obviously covered in the training, but you can do that. So here's our key resistances. Obviously 100K. I got my alert set for when we hit it. If we hit it, I don't know, man. Bitcoin's being a big weirdo, and it likes to do stuff like this. It's just hovering right under the key resistance. Okay. We'll see. But a lot of times when it consolidates like this and it didn't immediately hit the area and just totally drop off, it can mean we might be able to push through it. I don't know how much higher. I mean, we'll have to see. If we push through it and then there's a big green candle with volume, gosh, the market might get excited. I mean, we could go higher to 120. I don't know. And, you don't know, because at that point you're running in an open field, right? There's no borders set. There's no, levels that are key. You're moving into a new trading range like we're in right now. So we just don't know where it could go after that. But if we don't break through 100K soon, I mean, or we touch it and then there is an enormous sell-off, right, with lots of volume, that's obviously a signal potentially that, the market's like, okay, we did it. We hit 100K. Now the sellers are showing up, so we just have to see what happens here. We're on day 2 now of flirting with 100K. So maybe we will ring the bell today. We'll just have to see. Some of the alts are starting to blow up. I'm seeing a lot of talk on social media. People are like, oh man, the altcoin runs kind of, I don't know, it might be. A lot of these altcoins are lacking. They're way lower than their previous all-time highs. Bitcoin's doing a new one, several new all-time highs. So we'll just have to see. Some of them are starting to march up, and hit some new highs and stuff like that. But the question is, obviously the smart money was buying back here, right? The kind of silly money, dumb money, if you will, is buying here because we could be at the very top of this cycle. I mean, there's no reason we might not be. 100K is a huge psychological number, all right? I think a lot of people know it might. But again, you don't know what's going to happen until you get there. I know a lot of people that I've known that are long-term holders are like, yeah, 100K is my target. I'm going to sell. But then they get here and they're like, oh man, maybe it's going to go higher. And then they don't sell. And maybe they won't. Maybe it will go higher. Okay. Who knows? And that's the beauty of these markets, is that nobody really does know. Everything's made up of a million little 5-minute candle decisions that determines the course of the market. So again, we're just going to have to see and take it one dip trade at a time. And unfortunately, we don't have a lot of help here on what's going to happen from our longs and shorts. We like to check this on blockchainwhispers.com. But the longs are people betting Bitcoin's going up with leverage. The shorts are people betting Bitcoin's going down, usually with leverage on both of these. So it's very risky trading. They can get, blow out their accounts pretty quickly. So we'll have to see what happens here on these longs and shorts. but they're relatively even. So that doesn't really give us a big clue. Yeah, the market's a little bit more short in this area, but until one of these numbers goes over 70%, generally we don't get a more significant move in the market. So it's just kind of like business as usual, but I'm being super cautious because we're super high up, and we're at 100K. And the old saying is steps to the top, elevator to the bottom. And here's one thing you really want to do right now is just keep an eye on Bitcoin, because if you're trading an altcoin right now and Bitcoin starts to dump, you've got to let Bitcoin finish its dip sequence. Okay. Make sure you write that down. Let Bitcoin finish its dip sequence before you get too crazy with your ladder buying on your coin you're trading. Because if it goes into its own dip sequence and it's significant, oh man, these alts can implode. Okay. They can really, really implode when Bitcoin starts going down, especially from such a high up level. All right, so key resistance areas, 100K, obviously, and then we need to stay trading above about 90, 91K. That is, we just found our system is working. These trackers track all the coins 24/7. I just got a notification that there's a potential trade setting up. This is not investment advice. Don't go buy in this coin. It's just, you have to know how to trade with the system. You'll learn that in the boot camp. And we have a 1-week course, so you can do your 1-week course and learn it. So we got to stay trading above this light purple line, but at any moment, we could get a pretty steep retrace back to that. And how we respond if we kind of are soggy and trade sideways could mean we can move lower. If we hit it and bounce right back up, oh boy, that'll be pretty telling for what the market's thinking right now. So we'll just have to see. But yeah, 90, 91K is the downside right now. So pretty much that's the areas to watch. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. All right, as far as buddy coins, let's go over here. Now, these are the coins that we want to trade that are, potential good coins to trade. We trade in and out on the small coins, printing our profits and compounding our money, and that's how we stay safe. We've got Algo. Right now is looking pretty good with a good spread on the dip trades. Let me flip over to our other chart layout, our regular bread and butter chart layout. So I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on Algo. Here we go. We have a nice little dip trade here with about a 4% return. So Algo is one we're going to watch. I'm going to look for a little bit more volume in here. Oh, CLV has been my buddy coin for a while. So definitely going to be watching that. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I'll let the system find other stuff, but Algo and CLV look like the two that are moving pretty well with some good volume. So we'll see, how those do. But yeah, I'll be trading, cautiously, doing smaller positions, a little slow to ladder buy. And then having those alerts and keeping an eye on Bitcoin is really, really key right now in case Bitcoin does decide to spontaneously take an elevator to the bottom and dump. If that's the case, then whatever altcoin I'm trading, if I'm trading one, I'm going to be just very cautious. I'm going to kind of let Bitcoin finish its dip sequence and then, continue to trade. And then obviously be ready to get in, get out. So, all right, everybody, that's all I've got for today. So we're watching Algo and CLV. Those look pretty good. Keep an eye on Bitcoin. And that is what we're going to be doing for now. Again, it is the weekend, so probably statistically speaking, not going to get a big move. But anything can happen in these markets. And some of these altcoins that have blown up recently can produce some really good back-end dip trades. So keep an eye out for those. Let the system track them, push you the notifications to your phone, and you'll be all set. All right, everybody, have a great day. And let's see what happens today.